I'm the T to the W-I-L-I-G-H-T, and ain't no other pony troll it down like me. I'm Twilight-licious. Hey every pony, Twilight Sparkle here, your favorite faithful student of Princess Celestia. Okay, not really. I'm an imposter. And outdated imposter. I don't have wings, as you can see. Now that our beloved Twilight is Alicorn Princess Twilight Sparkle, my interpretation is a little bit inaccurate. It's all because Hasbro's trying to make more toy sales, so blame them. Anyway, I want to welcome all of you Bronies and Pegasisters to my YouTube channel. If any of you have been following the Brony YouTube community recently, you'll know that analysis videos popped up in vast numbers within the past couple of years. I mean, Digibrony, Brony Curious, Paleo, ANY Pony, any of them. I love them all, so go check out their channels. But I'm probably just following the herd. So, I mean, I don't think I'm going to have too much that's special on this channel, but I did want to make it a little bit different. So, this video marks the start of a series of videos I'm going to call Cosplay Analysis, where there's going to be two parts to this series, hopefully. One is where I take our favorite characters from Friendship is Magic and rip them to a little bit of shreds and find out what makes them tick, all while being their doppelganger. So, I won't do those videos unless I have a costume, or at least a waist-up costume. So that's going to be kind of something, and is an excuse for me to buy more wigs, because I really love these things. The other part of the cosplay analysis is where I take cosplay pictures from around the interwebs and say what I like about them, what I don't like about the interpretation of the character, and maybe if I get enough views and enough interest, if you want to send me your cosplay pictures, I'll do something like that. But I'll do more of that kind of stuff later. Right now, I'm sticking to analysis, and I'm shaking my camera. So, for now, on to the ponies. Twilight Sparkle. She is our principal main character, main M-A-N-E. Princessness aside, I resonated with Twilight before she got her wings and her big princess crown thingy. She's always been my absolute favorite character, and I really don't think that position's ever going to change unless DHX and the writing staff really screwed up in Season 4 with her Alicorn-ness, but I'll talk about Alicorn Twilight later. Plain Twilight Sparkle is actually what got me into the show in the first place as a fan. One of my friends from the internet, she is a big cosplayer as well. She cosplayed Twilight Sparkle before I did, and then I saw some pictures of Twilight on the internet, and I just really liked her design. After I saw her, I decided, I'll give this a chance. So once I started watching the show, I thought I would have another favorite, because I can't pick a favorite just on looks alone, even though this hair looks amazing on me. But when I watched the show, got into the characters, I found that Twilight Sparkle essentially is me. If I was a pony, I would be Twilight Sparkle. It just is. I know a lot of people can't relate to her, and a lot of bronies complain that Twilight isn't suited for a lead character because she's too boring, she's lame, she's bookish, whatever. Some have even called her a Mary Sue, which I disagree with. I love all of the bad things all the bronies say about her, because it makes her very unique as a children's show character. Her bookishness is what I love, her lameness is what I love. When she first comes to Ponyville, she doesn't have any friends except for Spike and Shining Armor, her big brother best friend forever, which we don't even know about until the end of Season 2, because the writers didn't think about it, but whatever. And she really doesn't care that she doesn't have any friends. She just wants to hole up in the library and study and continue to get as far with her magic as she can. Talk about drive. Don't we all wish we were that dedicated to our talents? I mean, if we were, we'd all be rock stars by now. Twilight is never lazy. Never lazy. And she always wants to learn more and better herself. I relate to this not because I'm not lazy. Oh god, I am lazy. But she is what I strive to be. I'm not necessarily completely bookish. and I'm not really that devoted to studying, but I immediately identified with how much emphasis Twilight puts on studying because of my own dedication to school. I just graduated college, and I still put a high value on grades and education, so much so I'm gonna be a teacher. Ha ha ha! Twilight Sparkle teacher. Yeah. Anyway, then Twilight meets her friends and starts learning about friendship. Another criticism of her, to use Rainbow Dash's terminology, is that she is an egghead. And eggheads aren't cool, right? Well, you are absolutely right. And this is why I argue against Twilight being a Mary Sue. She isn't perfect. She's not cool. If she was a Mary Sue, she'd be intelligent and popular. Princessness aside. This is before the princess thing. In Look Before You Sleep, that episode is an excellent example of how much of an egghead she is and how much she is not perfect. Some fans say that Twilight was really out of character in that episode, because how her previously established intelligence just goes out the window when a tree comes crashing in through her window. But really, think about it. She's consulting a book on a sleepover. The whole episode focuses on the fact that Twilight has just recently gotten a handle on this whole friendship business, and she's having her very first slumber party. Every little girl loves to have a slumber party, and Twilight never got to have that, so this is her very first slumber party. She's never had friends before this point to invite over to her house to have a slumber party. And this is the entire reason this episode is one of my favorites, because it shows how derpy Twilight is. No, not derpy the male mare. She's just socially awkward. She doesn't even realize that Rarity and Applejack are at odds the entire time, because she doesn't pick up on their subtle and, to the viewer, not so subtle digs at one another. But she realizes that her people skills, pony skills, whatever they are, she realizes that she needs to work on that, and that's why she's consulting the book. Because that's what she does when she wants to learn something. When Twilight wants to know something, she goes for the nearest book, because books know all in her mind. That's the only thing that makes sense to her. So it makes sense that she'd consult a guidebook over something so trivial as a slumber party, because she isn't comfortable with the fact that she doesn't know how to have a slumber party in the first place. To dig into this aspect a little deeper, not only does this episode show that Twilight isn't a Mary Sue, as some people call her, it shows her as a pony who shows that a pony who may as well be a genius. She has her insecurities. She isn't outright about them in this particular episode. She is in other episodes, but her insecurity with her lack of social skills easily explains why she has no idea what to do when a tree comes crashing through her window, and she's frantically consulting the book about slumber parties. It seems out of character when you first look at it because of the time constraints, but when you dig a little deeper, it makes sense. She doesn't know what to do, and she's not sure if the tree is supposed to come crashing through the window during a slumber party. I mean, is this what's supposed to happen during a slumber party? I don't know, I've never had one before. Lesson 0 is another episode that demonstrates Twilight's insecurity in a more obvious way. I don't think I need to go into detail as to why, but I would like to point out that this episode is what solidified Twilight as my favorite pony. Because I have done this. I have irrationally freaked out about turning an assignment in late. I've calculated grades down to the decimal point to determine if my screw-up will bring my grade down a letter. And I basically was looking at myself on screen in pony form when I watched this episode. It's just another display of Twilight's imperfect nature. She freaks out over little things because of how meticulous she is about everything. I mean, this is a pony that makes lists about her lists. And it only makes sense that she'd focus on something that some pony else sees as insignificant. And the fact that her friends brush her off in her time of crisis, to her, is something I personally and a lot of other people probably can relate to. Looking further down in the series, Twilight is also arguably one of the only ponies that shows considerable growth, maybe aside from Rainbow Dash from Season 1 to Season 3. Magical Mystery Cure pretty much solidified for us as viewers that things are not going to be the same around Ponyville anymore, which is rare territory for a kid show. I mean, most kids shows keep their main characters in the same outfit every episode so you can tell them apart, even though their entire design, whatever. To tack a pair of wings on Twilight is like putting Spinelli from Recess in a blue dress for an entire season instead of a red dress. It's a visual marker of progress. And while I'm not particularly fond of Princess Twilight, I don't really have much of an opinion about it at this point, because I have not seen Equestria Girls. Not yet. I hope that this change will just add to why she's my favorite character, and why she's arguably the most developed character in all of NLP. Well, I tried to analyze Twilight, but I suppose this really just turned into a gushing session. Sorry. Oh, hey, I'm not the only one. Brony Curious didn't even try to disguise his shameless gush for oversuited for success and his love for rarity. So, yeah, I think this video is getting long enough, so perhaps I'll go over Twilight more objectively later. I'll see what I can do. I just wanted to test the YouTube waters, to get a video out that probably hasn't been done before. So if you like what you see, like, share, and comment below, and tell me in the comments what pony you want to see me do next. I won't analyze any ponies I don't have cosplays for yet, but the ones I can do so far, I can do Rarity, Applejack, Rainbow Dash, Vinyl Scratch, and by association, a lot of background ponies. And I can do Photo Finish, Da Magics, and probably some other cameo ponies as well. I might use Photo Finish to analyze Fluttershy, because I don't have the money for a Flutter's wig yet, but we'll see. So, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you soon. Psst. If any pony would like to draw me some expressions of my pony Sona, I would love you forever. Seriously, more info in the description below. Please and thank you.